Delali Jokan. Obi wo ha wo I can say my out here. Yes. That is the reality of the man PV. Yes, we are on air. And then
no adekemu wa chabude. Oza wo bobe, nyami boti oga.
No. That's the reality. You know.
Oh, you do. Orusu, oza a brother bomb. Awo man kan some popo wo da. Immune that one.
Oh, that's serious.
Oh, you did. Oh, was serious. Was very serious.
All right. So on that note, no, I see the Peru and the Trinity, but somebody like PV there, I mean, the Queenie.
Extraordinary.
It's quite difficult. Nipebia or now so that be the HMB into PV. No. Well, I also said in person, would you be the bro? Oh, Adom TV, multi TVs. Make out say Lucky Herbal Clinic for one other room, and I said, "Get on the bro." Yadi be adane crown down. So you had the condom Lucky Herbal for 1 year for precope the amount. Abia now if you want to check one crabata for 1 year was antimantem. A Beport Junction, one is a shell, and a total filling station in Temo Pesazna, Kaswa, Inyando Kwana, Sudu Niche, Gomwa, Ogakrum, Wuniba Junction, Oko Agna Swedu, Quantum Ponas, and Hona Uho, Sazana. And Kahanso Kaneshi First Light on the Accra Academy and a friend in Pepe. For number C 0243201244 and 0277465855. A bill so na o Peseu 2 Kokwasia ono Heba Betes Biwa A2 Asia Precopedia Masasuna Heba Mr. National Air Quantia or malaria or Quantum Kosokra. One of them, my Joanna Compemi Fiada. Yeah, the Muju Median Error. Text message line 17601760. I'm paying chairman to be for Central Region NDC Emmanuel Kono. Alote Jacobs. The new Mapenti, is a delegate, no. Mohunu Mobo na Monona Quadrum Chrome. Na fe Makonomwa. If so Obabe Sumo, no my party is what sending shame or infinimantem. Na afi ono mahwe abom kama won chechi bia ne se mo gina tum na yenso ya de se agency obi a wotena bedwuma konwa no so bia na no da MPPD mo da na di kama kire bra ya bobo ye nkofo nyina wa esi su pepepe ye die de se wotena hankwa de ya ni nim se nyame adom mo amohwe ne mo amotie so mo ne be kwa adwo alote Jacobs. Good morning.
Morning.
And I also could share IGP, no wonder. It was also the pair show. Classy.
A grassy will find the SK. Those days, teacher SK. Oban Niffin film. Oh,
I pen red, new blue show. How?
I shall go there. Me a very good me a catch.
Well, you go right, Bibi Emmanuel go area usually entries, you know. I also the Emmanuel Cemetery actually pa or English Yamanone. You want near better now my Ghana. They say until say India Wajeno. Also the Ghana in India for our no boy actually minor. Near United teach their boom, near Pejo minor boom na. One or two about MPP, Mobono on 2 on Asia 2016. One edit to me as a MPP, sir, I'm my MPP, so I say one bit with your minor. Ako and Kaya, region, watching more about
yeah,
I'll take quickly, you know, she in Kodina PV ho, Nano Memendano, the sea and na a fee in we are a BTS years.
Yo, oh man, you can't PV Nasama. No, I are a hope papa. I mean, more I home, I mean, them National Economic Forum, ni baby, on Vice President Bagwezi Misanta, they meted this idea of National Economic Forum to be the mother of all economic fora. Ye hold the Ghana, na the 22-point resolution, and being the chairman of the National Development Planning Commission, naming there most of these issues that came up will be implemented by the National Development Planning Commission. And the key man himself, the originator and the key man himself is gone. na modwene ho a na mensase the owuzi adibia yen adesama ye pian owusu so opia. He's left a huge vacuum because PV Obia, as I know him, I mean the onye there menyanku magede onye me paying ya interact but on Professor Amazado I came closer to him. I have known him from 1997 when I joined the NDC, but more closer to him was through Professor Amos, because I had a prof from 6:30 in the morning now about one a PV or na only prof pensem more of a prof uncle I or cover or tried to overcome fancy so correct uncle you front to had me ye demi and chobe ye enter ye osumi see years in ba shahada ma me giz robutuma ye damazi. And the late president respected him so much that Ambaso Wobokona as a other to go in late president wa implement. And see, it wasn't surprising to me the President Mahama offered as his senior presidential advisor, the most senior presidential advisor. It's most unfortunate. Nah, for me, his life was about Ghana. It was his God and country. Say yete ne wi ahwasama. He went to visit his site. Not the Nagazapo, Onyambi Manu. Not being winner, now Bravo, and Nina, Nibia is about Ghana. To the extent there, if you need them be more across site, Onyambi, no fun for here. Important them, and we need to honor him very well. But this is there a senior statesman. He has once been the prime minister of this country for almost 11 years. And he did so well for this country. We in 1983, a comeback. On PV ni instrument, na ni initiatives, no otumwa wani IMF palm card, na nescas card inya bema, yetumi yedi bua ye economic akra. Nti ami masema ban, masema Ghana man. The region biara ewo bibi kakra wo wa oye edifice ane oye adinhweya wo me fountain. Today my yema Professor Amazon. Let us honor our heroes. He's a hero. He's a hero in his own right. He's a hero in the eyes of Ghanaian politicians. Na say ite former President J. Kufo in some of PV who sent to Oma Mr. PV or being hosted or Ghana Investment Promotion Center for 4 years under his administration. It tells you volumes of what this man has done for the nation and what he can do for this nation. In the Mijizi there, let's honor him, let's give him a state bearer as being advocated by others. There at least Ghanaians will see that we will always honor our heroes and not to vilify them.
But the concern is now your attention in Brad emergency serious up to the standard hospitals and so on. I think that's where we have a reasonable challenge because some of Nipani bi Honoma all over the country. It won't be Honoma, but some are really preventable and also avoidable. But through these, if you're mining in a Nipabako, if you're mining in a no, Nakofa, some fatal.
Wow, Mr. MGOno, Acha Acha. I think that Obutuma elaborate our viewers the health system in Europe, because from what I see on television and then on films, how emergency vehicles come to people's houses, how families have their own personal doctors. You can give us a brief because Abojina Ngaza machine car was about for machines or women. Or a well-equipped machine there, say in your cardiac arrest proper. Or machines be able to they bring you back before you are sent to the emergency ward. Majis there. It is based on this reason about previous government and present government. Worker ambulances. Now we need to do more. And we need to situate hospitals at certain areas which will be seen as emergency hospitals to take care of everybody, not only those in high profile, but every ordinary Ghanaian. Because trauma hospital here, Winnipeg, that was initiated by President Kufoma. Yes, it is because of accidents now. Osiwo, Takwadi, Cape Coast, Akaru. And in areas like this, in the hospitals, it will help us. We will never have lost Mr. PV Obi.
All right.
It's most unfortunate. Now let's start from somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, Andrew. Medical check for many rural Loteria dream be now some Busamos I didn't tina. You train many pair, sometimes you pay free more and sana. You are bringing some sanity and decency into our politics. Rap Katachi PV Obi free moin. So be a Edin Huadansier, Casa, a Hontier, Nobieka. A year no free pet. Maybe from a penalty, will be at takish and train positions. I think there's any relative Jacob AC canon. Oh, Katachi PV of being transcended politics. My first encounter with him, face to face, I was making Hotel Kumasi, 2006, oh baby. Cheer me out, I was a catcher from Salam Booming. And started to me get this broad, infectious smile. You know, just relaxes you in his presence. NBC News or MPP, you can't tell. Bonk Wakama. No, no, for Temaphobia, Mr. Ajimai. Ajimai, Murphy Canadine. No, Dink Mokamakama. Second time, so she am good into it. But trouble na kasa na on Commander Griffiths as on go campaign wa dance your baby tomba go into the ho so okay say na we na free easy going chat, you know, not a bad word to say about anybody. Well, so far as I know, an encounter on the politics you know, we menya mewu enyo obewu and that's how we must begin to move our politics towards you decided to say, in the trouble. It's about to be for a the fact that we maybe could be baby and now could be baby in case we are time for. Saying in Ghana for, we're the same hospitals, you're Christian, you're the same churches, your boy is the same churches, you're confirmed with the same churches,
what has changed?
You're called the same schools, you're supporting the same football clubs. Many two-way, alote. May Ufermabone, the Guma de Rampo.
The Rampo.
As we are something, I'm man, but I quabre for. To be my infant for. She President Mahama, need free hand. She President Kofo, need free hand. She President Mills, need free hand. She it's fasa veil of this American philosopher, a friend John Rawls. It's a very good book. Also, show be a big veil of ignorance. Unimini pam baby free, unum die, unum chrome. Free. And so, who no penasem. And son a chino. Oh, now chrome. Okra school way. Okra, you know, not what didn't come on, no, Edmaba together. The beginning say a levity politics na kosa level. Now, this is a boy in because a may say, in and no to dollar and Casemetality, or NDC, in dollar, or they have turned 2 cities. Would you buy NDC from 5 years to pay? Your hospitals need a year. Ambulance, a serious matter. Because I don't know how long unya attack na odiwu you know. But a place like Spintex Road, and they said they were no man's here west too. And PV obeying.
It's a prime area.
Yes, PV obeying you be a. Yes, this man has been on national television since 1982. What are they? They are paying because secondary school. He has been on national television since 1982. He's known everywhere. Argentina as same with me too, with me. Unless attack the buy no, ebia a buy now, carry giant now, maybe a
akọ but of course asthma attack must at least breathing will be a so asthmatics na Canada onu wa be say they are many so me no my so ye ni na ye hu ambulance ye hu Professor Mills sitting president owu ye ambulance same matter ambulance same ye ko fa bai oh anke say baby say Flagstaff as castle say station sa castle bi ho oh ya man edu baby ya na yesem no ayayayayayayayayayaya ojuro ho a wonte ase na hwe baby a asemi say Russian ne call coastal coastal estate or hospital or they call another time no situation mo fa no call Lekma between one and Lekma I know the area fairly well ebuwa it is a doctor that is resuscitating because I asked my attack I said heart attack what does it if you look doctor when to resuscitating no hono because you feel on fa no I say I'm just no ukra ingumo I don't know what say ntam no na no can NHS abrochire NHS sabe uko doctor wa unkoje card uko doctor wa eduro kra wonya adwuma untuaka and so doctor see they on 24-hour call so GP pon na nya attack na do frɛ ebeba ambulance o frɛ tanta o frɛ na kwana e bia fa so bi no preview na phone kra feel some top form police for be feel straight away they locate the number and come straight to the house. Say ebia obi attack you na bibi so until police for they would locate the number say abojina na a free ambulance a free police the free fire one number do fra you have to talk say bia police near put you through local police station and a fire near put you through the local fire station and an ambulance near put you through the local hospital into fra phone no maybe a faso be no struggle faso be your ban will be rape maybe a fa phone na ufa phone na say the public jeep phone cry na police for before but the first thing they do is that the person is under threat you have to go they'll come there they'll just follow the address and come there so be a number linked to address
but in our case you know maybe say purely among yourself now I think it's attitudinal because
because say man yenyai MPPND say man we enko be bia da
naming street naming
and what we
national identification your fantastic ideas, but you're okay. You can feed in the program as well.
And why I can? Ubikra driving license. Ukra NHIS card.
Voters ID.
Ukra voters ID.
Ninya I between Asha with driving license.
Abuche me first one, who 16. Now you put to national health insurance number 2 was a man who is 20 years. What if you not supposed to have? Be connected. Next one in Obedi 16. Odi a few days to 16 bed, then you push to car number 2. You don't go and apply for it.
I see.
The system also will be you set to be you put to data into the system. And the system no kasa every day will be an baby baby as a Facebook and Facebook now for say aha it should be a baby baba no. Sana buchet na popo no oma dispatch card. We rocket science. What can you know with me na? Ni akojibosia 30 billion who the year kojibosia eno nye MPP nye NDC aban ni na obi aye no ma I say ye ma nipa no to no because nipa share the five giants they built the so-called welfare state of Britain hospital nipa owidi can who be
your DNA
yes owidi mo kasa say health ankasa ya buchiri upa anajo 1 o'clock call outpatient department your friend accident and emergency we could not all term people go between ko bonus no what tia hwea na ambulance we fan na ko na to doctor be hwea and no way in case udwene ho a you know because omo dwene man ho
yeah dwene man ho
yeah me that was dwene man ho obi adwene botom obi adwene na hwɛ ye fa man yosem to nchen ade anye no enye ade anye no enye wo ye de wo defend say enye ade ye so ye obi ehu so President Rollins ko say or the get fund by obi have to get fund ho obi agitum say ho ye ka de ni ho dance here President Kufo by why yes why N1 and I why N1 yes say why N1 obi ehu or the NHIS by Ubianim, or the school feeding by Ubianim, President Summers by, President Mosu by, obey any day, about the time he be anyone, or no so be any. No, President Maswaba, also the Obayano, you be able to. Into bar, you see, Abrofono is not, it's about their legacy.
Legacy that you leave behind.
Okay, so 1945, Atlee administration, who was successful in the winning war, and the called general election of lose. He won the war, but he lost the election.
The elections.
In the 45 election now, and they actually buy him. I'm going to build a welfare state. Beverage, Badwam, nominee, Herbert Morrison, Peter Mandelson, and Adom. And never so come once. Because every time you talk about the welfare state, you trace the origin to them. They didn't have to lead their parties. These were serious great minds. They didn't even think of becoming presidents or ministers, but in their own room, they sat and thought of building a modern, a robust welfare state. I know you're conservative, you're labor, you're more benefited.
You follow the.
So you're challenging your attitude now.
Oh, you be your orientation, you're wrong. Yes, sir, Ghana. Or you're the point in country. To me, there are many pan. I say, the pan, you also made the president. As you to me, man, as well, the point.
But I believe there will stifle initiative.
Sir, allocate crowds, what to why? Presidential prime minister want to be Janichi, and it's one crime for man.
That is it. I mean, this is what is killing Ghana.
You see, and when you begin to build a nation with vindictiveness, with division, because the Yamida man, no, any deal, will be at me infinity. The Yamida man, nobody can take it away from you. The amount, so who are what they call people who and Upugwa call here, KNUS your call here. I social memory when you are singing now. What the call? What for you be? What the call? What I could say no. When I say I could say you Jan Ho, you have a frank crime. If I from trust me, encourage man. And this is things we don't see. The black man is so vindictive. The black man is so divisive. The black man is full of hatred. He said, "You are great." What do I want to say? We won Britain 1992, and a year we buy that time to do the exchange rate mechanism. Who be party? That time, Liba, na any lady, any Kinnock. That time, na conservative John Major. Na a friend is saying a Liberal Democrats. Is it Padiashna? They came together. They said this is a national disaster. Indeed, you know, can't dream be able to sit down, plan, and come out of the exchange mechanism. And almost stabilizing normal animals, it wasn't working for them. And you see, you can see nationalism. Socialism now is
but the sense of nationalism, I don't know if free Ghana for the
dollar. Because people beneath is Sika, Efe, Sika the Efe, but you be also. What people can go. Sika and people in Congo. Well, I'm sure say, okay, so we take it crowd, play from a sprint test, when we with my patria, and get Nakwa, which I could have man what I'm about. This can't be
money can buy love.
Yes.
But you know,
a payee is over a payee loveless prempe, or can't say me share me. Be money. Or see the papa can say, one of the greatest kings of Ashanti. And I say, outside my prempe, a second. Or see, we are saying, Nipa Nebia. Nipa. We had that was a series of Pempiabu. It's not Cashobutum. We had that was a series of Traffic as a series of Pempia. About 1 year nada. It will be Pia or Aquacra with the Mikado Kata. So down on the phone bus. Come out, we are near the Banku or them. I want to say, oh, you're trying from mine on many moon. Because you're there, I brought you on by small boys on IMF from lecture more around you. Some of them, almost me, ministers in grandma. Now on lecture. We sit with these people in the same lecture theaters. We apply for the same jobs. We work with them. Only astronomers could be an talent. They are just honest. I don't know. Inquire. The kind of idea we inquire. The kind of Ghana so the hey, we traitor. Yes. As someone who can have some now can. We traitor. And this was said, Omubwa. No crepa na wo kan ma nka ne passing bi ne e pese dey fafra wo na dey gu ni mase But my baby say okay, my family recently. So it's here, my baby. You don't answer fan.
Say entity and yes, I did here.
Sir, I didn't hear. What my time do? Why my baby say, obey yes, I. What's what's on the mind? On the training, if you on the Catholic upbringing, on the law, on the principles, we are principles we are saying. We want to do here. You will buy money be adding a scar and fan. We will say, hey, we two never know in the cheap. But catch them was here. If we shan't in town, I am a boy, I'm a St. Peter's, I'm a call at St. Augustine's, and boy, I'm a copy in our law school. You're fellow from 25. I am a boy, I'm a raho. Me and me, but no way me, a bomber, meeting St. Town. In the beauty and I'm more when it's cheap. Some people they saw it. Would the deal here? What I say, and that thing has stayed with some of us for a very long time. It's got to be unfair. It's got to be a unfair. You also between your be who are only capre. Me so the ministers here away with the mighty essence when they been called P. Me say this case must be prepared. 3 months.
It been me a mobile.
I wouldn't want to discuss it.
Yeah, we should be part of our national psyche. Look, Franklin, George Washington, Franklin Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln, they brought the American dream. What is the American dream? Every American citizen is supposed to work towards that dream of making America a superpower. After the Second World War, what America decided to do was to harness talents, brains, and they knew if they want to manufacture atomic bomb, nuclear bomb, they will have to go for the Nazi scientists. Only now, Albert Einstein about America, and they use them to create their ammunition industry. And look at it today. It is that which makes America strong and great. Lockheed, planes are manufactured, or Germany, who discovered and manufactured the rocket. And NASA, we have private space factories and then companies in America. And me, Juma, they do baby, they don't look at Democrat, they don't look at the Republican. Look at these 4 men: Carnegie, J.P. Morgan, Rockefeller, Henry Ford. Look at them. 4 men who brought industrialization into America. They are heroes to today. They are foundations, endowment funds. They are SETI, Omudiba in third world countries to help in our educational sector, to help in our social health sector. But we receive these donations, and can't we also aspire to where these people reach to make our country great?
And that's why self-sacrifice can crazy. So, but Junior.
All right. I'm brought back to Ghana. 1760 text message. You know, Fabra na Yanjibre na Yankin Kama. Probably another issue I'm saying about topics. Coalition of concerned teachers and NAGAD for instance. We hear and not to phone yes and cho phone shame or much less sir a teacher full kui or a bubble put tag nagrad and a more yard suburbia this or more not no a anti teacher and a monomoduna church for by yes I mean in Gitaudia or how a dower or more canidano not to phone a buying gusu edi sankitown now no pay it pay for no mukasa coalition of concerned other teachers now almost almost a month because I buy no macasa check. A church for I said doctor for Yanvia Foundation, a shaky pet that is a road here. I be a warning, sir. Quickly, probably young can be because a cacra video on TV. And you are based on a hard you be as good
the teacher is not different from us. The only difference is that it is the teacher that has made me what I am today. And it is the same teacher that has made that teacher to be what he is today. Oh, what's that? And see, there's no difference between myself and teachers. But say, ye person or my yenya talents are ebeboa ma ye moving Ghana forward. Then we need to take good care of our teachers and respect that profession. Now, I will always respect teachers. because teachers are our second parents. In actual fact, it is teachers who to be molding to be what we are. That personality that surrounds us, that aura, a teacher for, they build in mind. It is not our parents. Because parents always check their responsibilities. And they rely on teachers. Until recently, Kaka, positive defiance in the teacher, parents, no teachers. Those days, who young was a do a boat teacher didn't pay. No, you'll be shaking.
So what has changed? Because we were cycling that time and it was very, very positive.
I really don't know. Is it the break of our social fabric? The foundation of our social life?
Because you boom.
Me believe that politics has destroyed this country. Yeah, politics has destroyed this country. I am here to take because matter on Mr. Ng or Kabibia at the end of the day,
you don't move.
Oh, no, yeah, teachers here. It is not which is the the godfather of all teachers.
Then
the Nagrat, he teachers. Even inside them, they should look inside themselves, analyze themselves before they even come out. Because Senat and Nagrat and non-consent teachers, it's of no use. It's of no use. I believe that we should take good care of our teachers. But acquire there, motion, bibism, transina, bibism. But me just there, constant discussion with government, at least, and some small threats, not strikes, can work magic. Now, when you go on strike, you don't seek the interest of the nation. And then, in some places in America and in Europe, they don't allow unions to play a major role in their day-to-day economic and on their industries. They don't allow labor unions. But people will need to protect their interests. The majority there, teachers now who when you Yabaka mismanagement, Yabakadam, as in Oyeti, even your Yabayadang. Let's find a solution. You see, I think that they should agree to find a common ground based upon which each one will be satisfied.
I see.
If you demand more, the demand becomes more. Ne abanusu nyibia. If you obey Chumamunchi, you think that you are punishing government, but you are punishing the little ones that are coming up to be leaders of tomorrow.
That's correct.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You go to sometimes they look at the social life of politicians. Flat or them or DSTV. I mean more multi-TV. If you comparisons,
multi-TV is super. Super.
No. I mean, super. I don't know there. So what the super sports 3.
Come on,
no, what the CNN because one of the boxes is one of the stations. CNN. The CNN is there. Now, you are competing with DSTV and you do it.
Oh yeah.
But you see, people always like comparisons. I always say that we should make best use of what you have to get what you want. Because you can never get what you want in life unless you make best use of what you have. And God has given each and individual a talent. I think be some special talent to be a woman. I was once saying, make us a big to you. Magayesi and Asamba between honor and the father. Mr. Look, people should go and advise this young man and tell him there. Send the papa to Manshana. Nije, Aza, Papa no a footballer. Only in or you won't change football. Those days in Yasume, Yakwa no abahaye, ni agobo no wame bibi kakra. No do girls. Wamo, Mr. Fon watch here up, maybe my years ban. Now you know, no football I had the wama. It wasn't like what we are seeing today. There is professional football. Look at Ose Gofi, Uncle Boston City, Ose Monko, maybe as Antico Toko. All
right.
That's how life is.
Okay.
And that's how we should look at it. That we should make best use of what you have to get what we want.
Okay.
But if you are demanding the academics woman, now I didn't be your next buffer striker. What? Sagana Shua, who perish with it.
1760. Quickly, I'm sound for you, Wimbra, about a crack compost plan. I close down. You can sound for you about reasons, no, about solutions because my catcher say, baby, I'm a meeting American was from Park State for Covillage, Jeffrey Dome, Pillar 1, Honey, Pillar 2, Honina, and Tim Mary Honum. In Rura, a sack one who are free. Canada, 3 days there, Bakum, you be. The church amount for fear. I feel it. Now, what you buy, I am a fire. I feel the home so I shall see a than Bias from Qua, ball and each for so quickly. You have one of her for you, Abba, your bar in Chirimo de May, and you ever tried, you know, her. If there's another way out of it, now they are 2 harm buying. Now, I buy so as well, ultimate in our supreme. And no children, no, she now tea. Now I drink tribute their brain on 1760. We
have this aspect of revenue, how to call the tipping fee, that is actually from the side of the government to sort of like augment your operational cost. We not received anything since we started business almost 2 years ago, and it's sort of like putting a lot of pressure on our operations. Well, it's purely been on loans, you understand me? And we're purely financing all our working capital with loans from the local market, and quite difficult. This issue of shutting on the 19th has been something that has been on the drawing board for the past 1 year. But we've just pushed ourselves so much to the wall that we thought it's quite difficult, almost impossible now to continue after on the 15th. We're virtually running out of cash. And all our cash that we've had over the period, we've managed it and very managed it so as to be receiving the waste for 2 years. And it's running out, and it's quite difficult. Since we don't know as to when the situation is going to improve, I think it's only prudent. Management thought it was that prudent to just hold on the brakes.
That's if you want to say a hard journey, ye, ball on 70, I'm very unsure no choir. The be free, my baby, emotions and sweaty bro, mine, and your papa. 1760 for text message, barrier, unity. I'm sure it's what you watching for you, so for almost about 2 years. Chef Fire was up by the barber show, on our training, they decided to say. Then 15th of this month, only the air, but they have to also stay back a bit. No, I'm going to cry. I'm sorry, I'm a moon in any day. I'm a moon is about the masses. Because we have political power. I went to my fancy Sahio anymore. No one, my class, so I may come with the legacy. So. Maybe there's a problem with waste. There's a problem with waste. There's a problem with drains. And let me take tema. Not the tema. It was well designed. By Sergeant Kwame Nkrumah. I'm saying the drains in BBI come. Why I say 70 hunabuchi na BBI form. Mammy Fantini, mammy, no more interview on the joy. Or say, he's saying, Omun to cry, not Omun to cry, when I'm on the other. Since I don't come my yes, I did. The course is so. No maintenance, nothing. And I don't say, Shona, say, Shaw, you are a best. Let me say, and no maybe PM toilet, say, more toilet, I mean, sample from the saying.
Ejanai ne Johnson ne Jari whom soon be a nina. Just imagine the stench, the debris. Kalote, Munamoabemo. I'm talking. I mean, sometimes I'm not kind of agency. And you see, every single government agency we have it on our books. We're not buying. We're not buying any part. Because at my yes, every about first canon call.
Your assembly.
Your assembly hall. You pay it more. But no, na MC in the Quanon Tisahono. If I were told now, be a portraits are not Trasaco not here. So, walk around the school.
Bobo.
So,
Tema will be Tema.
When you see,
that is it. Edutema, evident,
Nada, yes, say, who got to be two, and that's so, as a soil. So now, everyone. But be out to be a bit too. So, we was a teeny quiet, and I be back. A bit trouble, baby. Maybe somebody has to do no more. Yes, somebody, it will be an other. Are we really serious? And I did a top and you win election at what time? Whatever it is, they can take care of itself. So I tell you, the middle maybe no. It be a mass revolution. You're always the review. Papa, you will wait no about feel no bone or pamon, you know, not take occupancy. Yes, because we cannot afford to deny the people of this country basic human rights, basic human needs. We can't. We just can't afford it. The country will be so choked. Say, we are the best similar. We are so genuine police. We are Ubusako. We will find the break and we will take the establishment on. Well, it's just so unfair. Share a coin nam to Ghana. Like I said, it's a we call it scanning a jumenim. And so every 2-3 years you are forced to probably change your car. It will be able to be a time for wheel driving. We buy first. Maybe my first time we BMW now from almost every single week the car has to go to mechanic. I was forced to get a 4-wheel drive and to petrol as one assembly. They say, oh, quite now over. And we are not focused on these things. They have a town, they have a bigger headline. Or to paper. People say, we want to come to teams to come and for cry. You can't say, me and Power no more. About the area about 2 P9. Eddie and whoever win any primaries will win. Any here, who's the young
development?
You're not going to afford anything. Say, Kufa, the MPP, and I, it's about making changes. The other two on the Senate here. When they say they go to a classroom, cushion, they're sabi. Say, it means exactly we are saying, you boy, 4 million. They were very shrewd business people. Very, very shrewd. And on the idea about Facebook, I was saying in Africa, the education system in Africa, no, and a very apt of our situation. As I come and do a city, now we do it man or put on the Bemedeka cry. Tias more carry. You probably dive in the whole part of our tea. Or say, folks, African education system has surprising outcomes. The smartest students pass with first-class degree and get admissions to medical and engineering schools. The second-class students get MBAs and LLBs to manage the first class. The third class enter politics and root both the first and the second. and the failures join the underworld and control politicians and business.
This is terrible.
And best of all, those who did not attend any school become prophets and everybody follows them. I
would like to have it.
Oh, funny to you. You see the plight and the dilemma of our country.
That's a direction a problem.
And we have all the brains in this world. Professor Anderson down who did a PhD. We did 26. In the late 60s or something. Unta better someone who is Stanford University, like Columbia. Unta Kufuor wa padne ku awon school. Unta President Kufuor call Oxford. Look at this time. Papa woman, 1960 or Legon. Second integral law school. Papa woman. And so you be seen there. Now the court takwan come yesu. I grew up in Takwa, they come yesu. Abefia na sase kakakada who yini growing up the leafy place of Ntakwa and Takrade and I don't know what happening in our I couldn't even locate my own house. Number 5 when they rich. I couldn't even locate it. I was driving past them. No, my call, no, try me. Yes, he said, economy choked. That's why you can't get PT's one about. You cannot even 10 into 2 oil. And then here 2 oil, here be a cool phone question. Economy choked. Who is your minister for roads, minister for highway? Yeah, Canada, a press conference. We are doing it. Yeah, I have directed, I have instructed. There's no sense of proactivity. There's no sense. We just say things because nobody will question us. Nobody can when inside there. We did not tell one penance more time. We tell we didn't be free. You're not here in a man, we are on a mouth, we are born brand. Indeed, there will be any blue. I did them say, no, you know, we can't have it now. It's kind of the end is who's going to empty Pusica. I can't have Pusica. Now I can't empty for this for 1 hour. I want you to send me one. And I was not down, say, some far passport, far bad, or poor baby Tana Jones and my way. Yeah, they will be a condition. We are not serious. I'm telling you. We are not serious. They're quite here, quite numbers. If we mirror the quanking in our crime, if we mirror that, we can 2 minutes, la born in Nomine, airport, Kakrana, road with brain, a portal spa, and look massive, because I'm coming here. Portal spa, look. As we have urban roads, we have highways, we have everything, name it, we have it. Yes, I'm buying. I'm buying. I'm buying the passing hand.
Sometimes you ask, where is our priority? I don't know my cousin you are. We'll be answering myself. Let's say, look, Ghana, say, hey, what in there? A bow my Obi Baba Chonjo, I got you. A management was ya. No, what you Nazi. A management, why you it is what eats into people's mind. Now today I'm doing a stupid work, so let me stop.
Yes.
Is how people's mind are corrupted. Now, Bizande, Kwame Nkrumah factories are Ossetia, Ziba, Progress Party, more Beye. The I am a company, we miss the rural development. It was started by Bush's government. Electricity and water koko crossing in Fifi. Monday at Yodo. Could be in AJ. Now, you miss a young. What are we doing to ourselves? Mamo example kaka. I mean, Wawumo way, Menino, Sembe Mamprobi. Mamprobi on an earthquake will see was Sembe or English. Oh, your friend English in Total Manchagona, James Towns, we may call it. Normal, the STT, the elite class no call Mamprobi Sempe. Ne Fisher folks no walk choco. And the Bunde STT ni binya or choco. Now, Mamprobi was the first elite place in Accra. Ofi one na Oba Laboni cantonment. That time I there handing over of power to a Ghanaian CPP government. Until the main state government bungalow in Kanune bungalows or when you're not performing what it is. As an hostile or expand. But you look at there. Or many baby or improve by Adabaka. Ofi Adabaka no call Asylum down. From Asylum down to Coco Membe, from Coco Membe to Tessano. We should have known there Accra was growing. Until Kwame Nkrumah decided that capital we even can no from Kododwa. Neso yendumi ayo. Until Dodwa and other areas would have expanded. Neso yeah, in Quantana, Ashalibuchi, they were all villages. Makata Madina in 1966. Many manga kata. No one I there Madina, so you found within what's all. One saw two work and then one over better Madina. And then La Manche, New Kukakaba, or Madina, ni Islegon, over the Shashifo, Nancha Washer, Madina, assassin Nazi. Na Adenta, or you're then getting be 5. Baby, and Granfo Traka Krani, Aimensa, Ne Abokobi, Ne Umundo, no Oye, Unkrasi, your friend in Unkrasi. Ne, look at it today. Abokobi has become a peri-urban town.
Abokobi.
Ahimesa has become a peri-urban town. Look at all these years. We should have known. Accra Central is so choked.
Unbelievable.
Also your attitude towards our own hygienic condition. I am Abeno the gutter has become a dumping place for people living at Aveno. Aveno used to be a very small place. You and my those days in there, Tigalifun and Nisifuna, Homa, Tigana Farofo, Wofi, or Jindu. It was a very small place. No kuku meme start doing into people masons in a carpenter far was the CC go phone as at the phone because those places in the Guyana up and in Kenny in Bada Bacano go as Alanda and Nego Meme do Kessite. And we are used to that area now yet. And see, you was a baby yes, I blew Kumaba Kumao. I walk Moboy, nay, when you enter. That was the emblem of the Gas State. Ablekumaba Kumao. Ambazo, Nablekumaba, our Wunaba, no one Manganatre. Nayeten, Abendia, or let us move Yenya land banks to them, President Mills. Also, as when he was a vice president, let us create land banks. Amabanyantu. Yeah, 770 hours. They will find a way of selling these plots. Me go in there about to see them. The people say, no party no opa move for no one. If you are a man, go and demolish that building. Into then all of a sudden, villages and shanty areas springs up with this modern type of building area, having a prestige area. Look at this level. It has defeated its purpose. It is the oil very dirty. With the exception of the Ambassadora enclave, is devoid of these kiosks and containers and anything. In Kenya, is legal. Its purpose has been defeated. Or also in Wura, Eko Kalukwem Mubune, in Wura did the Kalukwem. But then, them here plant here or Ajin Kotokuya and was closing because of Ajiske. Or them Jamasu Messe. This plant is being owned by Zuzu Milan. Now sometimes nationalism should at least even be part of our thinking there. Government is doing or Ghana is doing something for me as an individual. I'm also helping Ghana because the Moplanti, Suba Info, Abazu, Nina belongs to one person. And I always congratulate him there. He has the brains for businesses, and we need to encourage him. And successive governments will need to help him stabilize his businesses in order to create more employment. But although I sometimes there's this policy of robbing Peter to pay Paul. And that is how government can run a nation. Because you cannot always say there, ball and I'm going to say, in your BB, until a banner more all the stabilized business. No, babies who are one or Kochuka, no, not this kind of psychological threat that is creeping up in Ghana. Oh, BBR threat. You're closing down. Not there, people panic. It looks like panic and fear and panic has become part of our body politics or our social politics.
All right, lucky about for us. My main council Arabia done the crown cordas with you. Faculty of lucky hair about for quickly not on more because diabetes, hepatitis, stroke, BP, asthma, kidney and lungs infection. Biano on more classroom. So and what you know, one ultra modern laboratory share a nipa wakwa mune seem to be a woman man and man in kwada on ward and private wards and so on. They are fully furnished. I believe we are betting me a customer. One more bitters, one more lucky herbal bitters, equatia, eco, lucky herbal mixture, equatia, malaria, quantum coso, copy we now know any guitar. We want to check 0243 201244 and 0277 465855. My main coso and Kai also say your mobile service clinic, you go you do Medina on the 24th to 25th, and after Dansuman 31st May to 1st June, Tema 7th to 8th June, and Kokoblem 14th to the 15th of June. The United States Digibox now did Jumano, Abiana Sin Tobia Bahua, Omodia and Shai, na only in Inkita. First, our numbers 0244 340 415 and 0244 340 424 and 0302 211688. More Sunyane Techiman. And a Kumasi Tina Monshanisum. Sunyani on the 26th of May, or the place, 10 a.m. and Yedru Honum Sazuna. Techiman also 28th of May, a Jewa Hotel, on 10 a.m. and a Kumasi on the 29th of May, Kumasi Cultural Center, 2 p.m. and Unhuye to make sure so Bashanisum. Na Bibia et Akoso Kama. As that's from Koya Farmer Tucson Hotel. And after so AT&K Construction, TK Brimer, and after Hasta Lodge, and Anita Hotel. You can catch some of your text messages, Libya Abba. On behalf of the entire siblings of my dear mom, Elizabeth, and Kama, aka C. Abna and Kromo, Asante Jamasi, who is 70 years today. Mama, we wish you good health, more years, and blessings from God. Happy birthday to you. We love you from Nana Bonsu, Konongona Dibiaba. And Charles Rolembele, do Mr. Enim Adams has the right to petition the government to investigate the forgery signature scandal whilst Yoko are in position doing that. He should give Ghanaians a break. Long live President Mahama in power. And then please tell the lady she's very good in presentation from Daniel Opandai, and this sort of irresponsible journalism should not be allowed. Daily Guide should apologize to the bereaved family for exposing PV's corpse like a criminal. Alan Tremantin himself is a floating voter, and a floating voter is not a member of the MPP, so who will vote for Alan to lead our great MPP party? Alan, forget it. Alan, chair from Kwesinyako, Jamboree in Australia. Good morning. We need your help. These people in charge of NIA ID cards are owing us since July 2013. We registered the people in Jirapa Upper West and they have not paid us. My number is ... And bravo, I love Adom TV. Today's newspaper review was very interesting. And Adom TV, no size. Awaga Desmond, we the NAT members are also on strike. So tell our leadership not to be hypocrites. Sir Robert Omankasim, Alaji Kums Yende, Mr. President, now that the talk, which your government knows best, is over, Atakosumu, let us see action and results. And then we create all these refuse and turn around to blame the government. As the government is doing his part, our human attitude and action should change. It takes huge sums of money to clear those refuse created by ourselves when we go outside. Ghana, we don't throw rubbish just like that. Because of Zoom Lion, we don't care. It involves cash. Ghana, let's grow. JX Otani. Good morning, my kudos for your good works on the show. Please kindly wish my sister Joyce Edu of Burma Camp and my good friend Joyce Youngson of Tema happy birthday. Wish them God's abundant blessing and favor from Java, Malcolm friend, Ahojo Kumase. Yes, Java, Malcolm, yes, friend, Ahojo Kumase. Yeah, that's my senior. And please, POTAG is not under NAT. To Ghanaians, just have to be patriotic, that's all. Please ask the teachers if they offer any good service to their pupils. Eugene has spoken well. Adoma, all Ghanaians and our politicians should think about what they can do for Ghana, not what Ghana can do for them. From Eliasu Amadou, Mampo Technical College of Education, Babajida Aguna Ashanti. I bet your mind, Alan is a floating voter himself, Nana all the way. And then this one says, please, I would like to ask the President and the Ministry of Health concerning the recruitment of staffs to work for the National Ambulance Service. We went on a medical examination since January. We've not heard anything from the Ministry, Edwin. Omaine, thanks to your panel, the Ghanaians should think about each other, not selfishness. Kwame Kumasi, I'm actually in love with Mr. Entry's submission this morning. Please bring him always from HM Plus. No, please, Alote is speaking today, and he should keep it up. Today, I love your panel. These are the sort of men Ghana needs. Great minds, selfless and frank. Finally, I am Oketeche Opoku High School. We lost a great hero. My condolences to the PV Obin's family. Reverend Israel Ejay. And today, your panelists have been very objective and nationalistic. Politics is killing our country. Good morning. There is a guy who is helping Domi and Pillar 2 a lot. He is doing bridges, drainages, and streetlight all on his own. I think he needs to be commended. Mr. Haji Mustafa Aiko, Alex or Domi and Adom. I think there should be body like Tankers Council, which will be manned by the ladies of all the groups, and it will bring an end to the indifference between the groups. Didi Ewa, so my teachers' problem now is the second tier of the pension scheme. Where is that money while some of teachers will be going on pension in 2015? And finally, if society places value on teachers, then society should be fair to teachers. A colleague left the service to join prison service and asserted that if he hadn't left, he wouldn't have known teaching was that bad. He itemized so many benefits. Government even doesn't pay car maintenance allowance for teachers, but others are paid this. Please let the society be fair to teachers. That's all teachers ask for. Richard Upon, Good morning, I really appreciate the views of your panelists today. God bless them all. As a man from Kintampo. Ghanaians are out of truth. If not stopped, no party can rule Ghana at all. From Sagatunkuntu Hidiem Bongavo. God is great. Chairman Omar, I am enjoying your panel discussion. I wish all your discussions will be like this. God really bless you and your panelists for their national and earnest contributions or discussions, not partisan. I wish such panelists will always be on your show every day. And the president should come with drastic measures and sack unperforming ministers, MCs, DCs. Thanks, Kwame Kumasi. And are they discussing national issues or personal life? Wow. I believe the core problem of the Ghanaian society is the complete loss of care for each other, coupled with the extreme greed and selfishness compounded by a high level of ignorance. In fact, some of the teachers are not doing good to the entire nation. We beg them to stop the propaganda strikes. Thank you. From Supreme Shaimas Bogoso. And please try to help us. The Jomoro DC is killing us. We have been living in darkness since the last 2 years. Please, we don't have street lights at half a cine, living in serious darkness. From Emmanuel, half a cine. Tell the honorable man that he has made my day by his quotation. You should please send it to me. From Latif Tamarin. I always weep for my country, but when I hear words nationalistic and patriotic, like my heart rejoices. Thanks to your panel. But the problem is we don't love our country. Karim from Konongo and Edeweyaba. So, for that display of that nationality. Yeah.
And you, madam, refugee, human waste.
Yeah.
It's money. The Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology should be up and doing. Yeah, our scientists were environmental scientists. And you want to get there's somebody doing something at East Legon. Neighbors there one direct one waste, human waste in Fambra on Onadi. Because at the end of the day, obeying the gas. There is a white man living in Adi Achimonta, or any solar panel, or any borehole, Nifina, any waste, so or apply. He's begging his neighbors one direct, no one from that, because machine of course are in 40 million. We are here, gas was boku Kenyamo Nifi. Obutum net generators or abbey, or at the both diesel or gas. To connector, generate power. So on here solar. And we are talking about waste. Here, Gasaji Kotukuana was separate solid waste from the material waste. Now they are what the the plastic noodles why export. Na America the minya anti yen tum ye bibi. Ye bi wo find the Koleano. Meaning Kolegono. Kolino do. There's this thing going on there. We need wasting our dry now after they've taken the gas out of it. You find biogas. After they've taken it out, now simple otumi bibi de chako. Obutumu was is banazi. On your harmful. And see, what are we doing? What are we doing to ourselves?
All right, 1760 do text message branch we be page on Adom TV, multi TV akoso a da was say wo gibre hwemeka say no nkunu pepe page mu na akosi asafo kantimpo e de abeto aso ama 1760 na yira Eugene entry e wa hanum say South Lotte Jacobson so e wa yetwetwe nkomofa e Ghana kwan e betima pem akonkan in terms of impuntu na ina ho enso be hare ewo ya sitem baby aduru de ntiase bi nya adwuma ana nchinyua bi aba ana nipa bi nim susu se aban se saa neoma no na ACD a eba saa da ne mu eye ha na gidie nso wo ne mu ye wo ne mu no so tia na ntini se telcos na kasa se ohwesu bansense be ba ya na afo hwe report a eba ya aban e ka se wa clear mo na nipa bi nim susu se asembusa bebre ewo ho a ewo se report no etimi eyi anu ye but na me charge alote de be fam kakra na ye hu se de ho nso no so we say this way de chira chede a
propaganda
ye ma mintie suba ho sensemi
oh suba me de mate say nipa ko ye for report na me ensa members of the old board na mate but it is sad and say white horse say the sad and entry by new board no matter who just same be anywhere fine I mean you see they be make say man you attorney general I see a specialist lawyer or in charge of government contracts full stop specialist lawyer they are say a my contract be signed between Ghana any international agency there must go to that department. We don't want to go to the we are signed contract we are signed contract same way of your ministers most of them they are not technocrats they are not even lawyers. If you don't be over here and you trouble check be the fine print it's always written in small letters. But I don't know now semba o ko jibi bi say now do you check the small print we can go say office say my we and so if you are lawyers na jumane now my say Ashanti region police force say judges mabbe basbasana dey now go fast man answer me na ya
ni so a
o dey say o yere but say can lawyer be the transfer here say because abroach be CPS mean debate kakra CPS ni actually say Crown Prosecution Service that's a IDPP no case bi alcohol and the case must have a 51 to 49% chance of conviction as an court.
I've been watching Law and Order.
Oh, well, I've got a good book. I'll give it to you. Yes. A good book. A law makes them
look at it and they bring experts.
They look at it before. I will say, it will look 1 year. No more police investigation. I said, better I started trying at 3 weeks near. We will be. You gotta be here 3 weeks near. And trouble beyond 3 weeks. I will say no serious murder case and trouble beyond 3 weeks. I pick you every be an transit 3 weeks back here for you or your investigation be here. I have police in the chini panel. Big promise of money be you know now we are who now we are who yes we are who jack. What is all this? You have fed you man one more school some by your normal yet. Now you are buying 2 moka. Well call a attorney general. There was this specialist unit so. No so I buy 2 moka. You for segment more now suba way because see I don't know it's not about NDC it's not about MP they be American it's about Ghana se ko ya de be say MPP na ko to be na aye president no go be any do try obinya but no about that it's not about that it's about a man koso se man no emu to no a yetiwe ukwa roja un conservative ni contractor un labor ni contractor omu nyina go so be e adwuma de abo man ana hadi wa dia we MPP ni member adwuma ne we NDC member adwuma ne what's all this you need the boy man no every for some point me any for some point me But the crux of the matter, I say, "San suba semi." I said, "Buy ya, me kinka me titi uno, me tie Franklin Kuju kakra in smoke kinka." You need politics in film. Now a lawyer for now, more Jumai contract, no, or Mamma Caddy, so because it's not about America or a politician, I'll be any or politician. Who's the one as more? I said, being wet as I want some appeared that that's what I want. And a people can carry your income. That's on the Kubiaman. You can't have an income. That's on the Kudi.
So the crab by Anka.
And I'm a boy. It is a past course because there's something that must be looked at by the lawyers. Here, politicians here take it backstage. Name a lawyer for the new Mojuma. Omu you know because same be anywhere. I can't send any people as many people said.
Okay.
What they say? But they make a bit makan. Any man who, any man who na PMP send me China penny. And this won't China penny.
Me China penny.
When we party say be country. You just we also China penny.
I mean, Japra missing the penny in the moment.
Of course. Oh, but I have a trouble. I said, without it, we can't survive. PPP away. UP away.
All right. That's really
mini energy. Ma pachoka there. And you ma, impa or signing super info contract here happens to be one person the longest serving president of Ghana Institute of Taxation. And one time a president of Ghana Institute of Chartered Accountants. He's called Mr. Nesquis. Now, I didn't be person. No bufui. Or from. Now, I say, me pay them what is inside this. No, I explain it, and I say, how? For God and country, what you have done for your country, the people who want to sacrifice you. As someone who went in there, telecos now originally. No one when you chambers. When you any rep who represent them, who talks on their behalf, and this time that is the modern trend. And the one work out your propaganda, once you have form one chamber, will be a reform in the chamber, in order to have people that can speak on their behalf. Original telecos, they were just paying some small money as concerning taxes. Now, benefit man also no. Maybe the talk taxi, Mazeba, or communication service tax, Mazeba. What do you call parliament? What do you call LI 864 that established the communication service tax. Now, how do you monitor the inflow or the volume of traffic in order to calculate the amount of money per minute that whoever is calling may be charged by the telecos, and how much the VAT as well as the communication service tax may be levied on this 1 minute? Or when the telecos phone was there, he have been. Well, that's where it's about Ghana. There, you can't have things free. There, the telecommunication company about Ghana and the OBR people are subscribing to your network. And the your prefer and but for money or don't you film. At the end of the day, they are repatriating their money to their country of origin. And the Abani say, okay, this is what I'm coming in with. And this should be under Ghana Revenue Authority. Formerly it was known as about the BBB, RAB, something.
Internal Revenue.
Internal Revenue. Now, they don't have the capacity. Until there was a German Fabia which was interested in it. Numuna Suba Info obey. They also bidded for. And they won. They won through procurement. It was utterly. And they won. After all, Super Info is a local company. So Abrofunpo Bear, at least they've transferred their technology to Ghanaians. What you attempted there, what they want machines in, they catch share and coffee, one noodles in. Was hey, Yampin, a doom, a monitor, the inflow of the trafficker, it means you will be listening to people's conversation. Until yeah, what the case look court. But the NCA, National Communication Authority, has the same thing to monitor or knows the inflow of traffic. Until already there or there, super info, what in one machine see, and look, it is making money for this country. In Mia super info one man say MTN declared 10 million as their profit earning now.
You have no way of checking.
You don't have a way of checking it. Necessarily, super info bay from 2010 to 2022 month be a dumb amount of money in the year. Now it was the source sourcing. Our ban who pass on you would mean. And the one machines was happened so on to better money. The free for the Christmas. Until you have to pay something. Right? Until you enter, okay. Say in canon was the 1 cedi. Na into what declare na awu eba contractor super infoni GRA you know. Say telecos for no ban also. I mean the main traffic volume calculated by the in terms of currency, means coming or 1 cedi. Na super info, whatsoever ne itu me ye mo obra. No, no, the new boko terms.
No cost for alarm.
No cost for alarm. Yeah, you know terms. Terms in there, you have more 13.5% of that increment in revenue. Now, on your but you see, the telecoms are fighting for their existence. And see, look. As for these multinational companies, what they do is to buy media, buy everybody to make sure they're in one profit in a winning. The man will be
they will buy some media, but not multimedia.
No.
Some media. But not
media.
Excluding some media.
But people can be bought. I'm not saying people have been bought.
Yeah.
But they can penetrate to society.
All right.
And champion their cause to look as if what they are saying
is right.
All right. But we also have to look at the national interest. At the end of the day,
no cause for alarm, but if there is no cause for alarm and pass.
I'm telling you, if you look at the contract, at the submission of amount of money, and then the super info, one submission on the traffic volume in the sky, and I don't know why. I don't know why Super Info have kept so quiet.
Okay.
Don't they have lawyers who can come out and defend them?
Strategy.
Oh,
all right.
Look, Zoom Lion. No, okay. But you see, you can't kill a Ghanaian company like that.
But say I ever see ya. Na ejo be hwehwem.
Say be na Ghanaian company want to kill
again. Ma me fa kanto nyame ya duma me ndai ni mo schedule there. Na o se wa okobo okrum ni kwa me jokoto fiira. O se ne papa.
Jokoto. Me dey wo se ne papa.
Yeah. Anti na enwe chiri no.
Catch and there it's banning. Unload it because on that
again, Dr. Hanabisu so 29th, 20 and 30th and 31st papa attachment here. NTS and so
on a mobile payment.
As and I
know they call
media how they say how they and what is make out a Dr. Richard and Emma May 107 to 31st May.
Dr. Anna Noti HU, I'm what Patasi. Or to meet you. I mean, you do go on. All
right, then, Monsieur John Mendes.
No more domino general.
Oh, bro.
No general. I know what you are. I know what you are.
I don't know.